Welcome back to our channel, World of Coins. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare dollar coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. Who knows, a single coin could make you a millionaire overnight. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today we're going to talk about one of the most fascinating and sought after coins in American history, the 1974 United States Liberty Eisenhower $1 coin. This coin, which was part of the Eisenhower dollar series, is not only a stunning piece of American heritage, but it also carries a value that might just blow your mind. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on this one. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar was minted as part of a series that ran from 1971 to 1978, featuring the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Eisenhower had a significant impact on American history, and the coin's design pays tribute to his leadership during World War II and his presidency during the Cold War era. But don't let its historical significance fool you. What makes the 1974 Eisenhower dollar so remarkable today is its rarity and the stories behind its unusual value. These coins were originally produced for circulation, but it's the ones that didn't make it into everyday hands that have become valuable treasures for collectors. The key to their worth lies in certain factors like condition, minting errors, and variations that make some of them stand out from the rest. Let's start with the design of the coin itself. On the front, we see the bust of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, looking determined and proud. The engraving of his name, Liberty, and the year, 1974, are beautifully etched, along with the words, "In God We Trust." It's a striking tribute to the man who served as the 34th president. On the reverse side, the coin features the image of the Apollo 11 mission insignia, commemorating the historic moon landing in 1969. This design links the coin to one of the most significant events in modern history, making it more than just a currency. It's a piece of space exploration history. But here's where things get interesting for coin collectors. While these coins were made in large numbers, not all 1974 Eisenhower dollars are created equal. The rarity of certain versions, especially those in pristine condition, has made them highly coveted by collectors. Over the years, many of these coins were heavily circulated, and finding one that's in mint condition is incredibly rare. Now, let's dive into the key factors that influence the value of this coin. First, we need to talk about the condition. As with all coins, the better the condition, the more valuable it becomes. Coins that have been kept in uncirculated condition, without any signs of wear or damage, are the ones that really stand out. These coins are often found in mint sets or have been carefully preserved by collectors over the years. If you've got one of these beauties tucked away, you might just be holding on to something valuable, but there's more to it. Some 1974 Eisenhower dollars have been struck with errors or unique characteristics that make them incredibly rare and valuable. For example, the 1974 Denver Mint variety has a particular feature that collectors look out for: the presence of what's known as a Type 1 or Type 2 coin. This refers to differences in the design of the coin's lettering and the placement of some of the details. These subtle variations, while not immediately obvious to the untrained eye, can make a huge difference in the value of the coin. Error coins are another big factor that adds to the intrigue and worth of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar. For instance, there have been instances where the coin's design was misaligned during the minting process, causing what's called a double strike or off-center error. These errors are particularly attractive to collectors because they're so rare and often considered one of a kind. A coin with an error or unique flaw can skyrocket in value, depending on its rarity and condition. But now, let's get to the exciting part: the price. Hold on to your seats because you might not believe it. If you happen to have a 1974 Eisenhower dollar in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you've stumbled upon one with a rare error or minting variation, your coin could be worth a staggering $67,000. Yes, you heard that right. $67,000 for a single coin. It's incredible how much a piece of American history can be worth if you know what to look for and keep it in great condition. So, what does this mean for you as a collector or a coin enthusiast? If you have a collection or even a random Eisenhower dollar from 1974 lying around, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Check the condition, look for any errors or unique features, and if you're unsure, get it appraised by a professional. You might be sitting on a small fortune, just waiting to be discovered. Before you go, remember that the world of coin collecting is full of hidden treasures like this. The hunt for rare and valuable coins is one of the most thrilling aspects of this hobby. So, keep your eyes peeled and your collection safe. You never know when you might uncover a gem like the 1974 Eisenhower dollar. Top 2, we have something truly extraordinary to discuss, the 1972 United States Liberty Eisenhower dollar. This isn't just another coin from the past, it's a hidden treasure with a rich history, fascinating design, and an impressive value that may leave you in awe. Trust me, if you're a fan of rare coins or just curious about what makes them valuable, you're going to want to hear about this one. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar is part of a series minted between 1971 and 1978, which honored the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Eisenhower, a key figure in American history who led the country during the post-World War II era and the beginning of the Cold War, left an indelible mark. This coin was issued as a tribute to him and to commemorate the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969, one of the most iconic events in space history. The design of the coin cleverly combines Eisenhower's image with a nod to this monumental achievement. At first glance, the Eisenhower dollar from 1972 doesn't seem all that rare. It's a $1 coin that was widely circulated during its time. However, if you dig a little deeper, you'll discover that the 1972 Eisenhower dollar holds some truly unique characteristics that can make it an incredibly valuable find for the right collector. One of the first things to understand about this coin is that it was produced in very large quantities. However, what makes certain 1972 Eisenhower dollars so special is their condition and some unique features that weren't immediately noticeable when they were first minted. In fact, many of the coins that were issued back in the day were heavily used and have suffered wear and tear over time. The real treasures, though, are the ones that managed to survive in pristine condition, untouched by the hands of everyday circulation. What makes these coins even more exciting for collectors are the varieties that were minted. Specifically, there are two key types of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar that collectors actively seek, known as the Type 1 and Type 2 versions. These two types are a result of subtle design differences that occurred during the production process. The most notable difference is in the placement and thickness of the lettering on the reverse side of the coin, particularly around the De Pluribus Unum inscription. It's not something the casual observer would spot easily, but for a seasoned collector, these distinctions are incredibly important. Type 1 coins feature larger and thicker lettering, while Type 2 coins have more slender and detailed lettering. This variation happened because of changes in the minting process, and it's these small differences that can make a world of difference when it comes to the coin's value. Type 2 coins, due to their scarcity, tend to be more valuable and highly sought after by collectors looking to complete their collections. However, there's another reason why the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is so highly prized: minting errors. Yes, mistakes made during the production of the coin can actually increase its value. Coins that were struck off-center, double-struck, or feature other types of minting errors can fetch an impressive amount of money. Collectors go crazy for error coins because they are so unique and rare. These one-of-a-kind pieces become a point of pride in any collection. So, how much are these rare, well-preserved, and error-stricken 1972 Eisenhower dollars worth? Well, let me tell you, the value can be shocking. If you manage to get your hands on one of these coins in pristine condition or a coin with an error, you could be looking at an incredible price. We're talking about a coin that could fetch up to $69,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $69,000 for a single 1972 Eisenhower dollar. It's mind-blowing how a simple coin, which might seem insignificant to many, can hold such immense value. So, what does that mean for you as a collector? If you have a 1972 Eisenhower dollar in your collection, or if you happen to come across one, take a moment to carefully examine it. Is it in great condition? Could it be a Type 2 coin? Does it have any minting errors or unusual features? These small details could mean the difference between a coin worth just $1 and a coin worth tens of thousands. Before you rush off to dig through your coin collection, remember that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises and opportunities. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or just starting your journey, the thrill of finding a rare and valuable coin is unparalleled. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar is just one example of how an ordinary piece of currency can hold extraordinary value. Top 3, we're going to talk about a coin that's not just rich in history, but also holds a serious amount of value. I'm talking about the 1971 United States Liberty Eisenhower $1 coin, a stunning piece of American numismatic history that could be worth way more than you think. Now, the Eisenhower dollar itself might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance. It's a $1 coin that was introduced by the U.S. Mint in 1971 as part of a series meant to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower. The coin was meant to commemorate the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969, marking an important chapter in both American history and space exploration. So, you can see, this coin is already pretty special, right? But here's the thing, while millions of these coins were minted, not all 1971 Eisenhower dollars are the same. Over time, certain versions have become far rarer and much more valuable, making them prime targets for coin collectors around the world. There's a lot more to this coin than just its historical significance. What makes the 1971 Eisenhower dollar stand out are its subtle yet important details, like minting errors, variations, and the condition of the coin itself. These factors combine to elevate this coin from being just a relic of the past to a highly prized collector's item today. The design of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is a tribute to both President Eisenhower and the Apollo 11 mission. On the obverse side, you'll see a portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower, with the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surrounding his image. The reverse side features the famous Apollo 11 insignia, a symbol that honors the astronauts' historic achievement of landing on the moon. It's a beautiful coin, and its imagery connects it to one of the most iconic events in modern history, something that adds immense value for collectors interested in space exploration. Now, let's get into what makes this coin even more interesting. While most of these coins were made for circulation, it's those that have been carefully preserved, or better yet, have unique characteristics, that are the real treasures. For example, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar was minted in two different versions, the regular strike and the proof coin. The proof coins were specially produced for collectors and have a much higher level of detail and a mirror-like finish. These proof coins are much rarer and therefore more valuable than the standard circulation versions. If you have one of these in your collection, you're already ahead of the game, but there's more to it. The true value of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar comes from the subtle design differences and minting errors that happened during the production process. You see, coins are often struck multiple times, and sometimes, things don't go exactly as planned. For example, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar has a couple of interesting varieties that collectors are eager to find. One of the most important is the Type 1 and Type 2 variation, which refers to the difference in the lettering style and size on the reverse side of the coin. Type 1 coins have larger, bolder lettering, while Type 2 coins feature smaller, thinner letters. These subtle differences can make a huge impact on the coin's value. Another key factor is minting errors. Mistakes made during the coin's production can make a coin incredibly rare and desirable. For instance, double-struck coins, where the design is imprinted more than once, or off-center strikes, where the coin's design doesn't line up properly, are highly sought after. These errors are unique to each coin and can make them one-of-a-kind pieces. Coin collectors go wild for these types of errors, and it's not uncommon for an error coin to be worth many times more than a regular version. So, you might be wondering, just how much could a 1971 Eisenhower dollar be worth? Well, if you happen to have a coin in excellent condition, particularly a Type 2 variety or one with a minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The value of this coin can range depending on its condition and uniqueness, but some rare examples have sold for jaw-dropping prices, and here's the part that will really get your attention. if you have a 1971 Eisenhower dollar in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if it has one of those rare errors, your coin could be worth an incredible $73,000. Yes, you heard that right, $73,000 for a single coin. That's a huge sum for a piece of American history that originally started as just a dollar. So, what does this mean for you as a collector? If you have any 1971 Eisenhower dollars lying around, now is the time to take a closer look. Inspect your coins for any of the variations or minting errors we've talked about today. It could be the difference between having a common coin worth $1 and holding onto something worth tens of thousands of dollars. You just might have a hidden treasure on your hands. Before we wrap up, let me remind you that coin collecting is all about the hunt. It's about discovering those rare pieces of history, understanding their significance, and sometimes, just sometimes, finding a coin that's worth far more than you ever imagined. So, if you have a collection, be sure to keep it safe, and always be on the lookout for those little details that could make a huge difference. Top 4, and last rare coin, we're going to be talking about one of the most intriguing coins in U.S. history, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin. This coin may look like just another dollar, but let me tell you, it's far more than that. It's a rare treasure that, if you know what to look for, could be worth an absolute fortune. Now, the Susan B. Anthony dollar was introduced in 1979 as part of an effort to replace the old Eisenhower dollar, and it was a bit of a controversial coin right from the start. Why? Well, for one, its size was smaller than previous dollar coins, which confused many people who were used to the larger coins of the past. But beyond that, the Susan B. Anthony dollar was designed to honor the legacy of a woman who played a pivotal role in the fight for women's rights, the famous suffragist, Susan B. Anthony. The coin's design is both powerful and symbolic. On the obverse, we see a detailed portrait of Susan B. Anthony, the first woman to appear on a U.S. coin. The reverse features an eagle landing on the moon, which ties in with the space exploration theme of the time, as it was just a decade after the Apollo 11 mission. The moon landing was a huge moment in American history, and this coin tried to combine that historic event with the celebration of women's rights and equality. A very bold statement for a coin, don't you think? Despite the initial hopes for the Susan B. Anthony dollar, it never quite caught on with the public. The smaller size and the similar appearance to the quarter made it confusing for people, and it was soon replaced with the Sacagawea dollar in 2000. But here's where things get really interesting. While the Susan B. Anthony dollar may not have been a hit with the masses, it has certainly become a sought-after coin among collectors, especially the 1979 version. So, what makes the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar so special? Well, like many coins, the value really depends on its condition, its rarity, and certain unique features that might make it stand out. You might be surprised to learn that not all 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars are the same. There are actually two main varieties that coin collectors are always on the lookout for, the 1979P and the 1979D, referring to coins minted in Philadelphia and Denver, respectively. But there's also a third, much rarer variety that makes this coin truly special, the 1979S, minted in San Francisco. Here's where things get even more interesting. The 1979S variety was produced in two different ways, with one of them being a regular strike coin and the other being a proof coin. The proof coins were specially made for collectors and have a mirror-like finish and much sharper details compared to the regular strike coins. These proof coins are much rarer, and finding one in excellent condition can significantly boost its value, but it doesn't stop there. Minting errors can make a huge difference in the coin's worth as well. Just like with other coins, sometimes things don't go exactly as planned during the minting process, and those errors can create a coin that's extremely valuable. For example, double strikes, off-center strikes, or incorrect inscriptions on the coin can make it unique and highly collectible. These types of error coins are very popular with collectors because they are one-of-a-kind pieces of history. Imagine owning a coin that was accidentally struck in such a way that it becomes completely different from the rest. The rarity of such coins can drive their value through the roof. So now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for, the price. If you happen to have a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar in pristine condition, especially one with a rare minting error or a proof coin, you could be holding on to something very valuable. The 1979 coin in top condition or with rare features has been known to sell for as much as $78,000. Yes, you heard that right, $78,000 for a single coin. That's a pretty remarkable amount for a coin that was minted over 4 decades ago. It just goes to show how important it is to examine your collection closely, especially when you're dealing with a coin as rare and unique as the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar. If you have one of these in your collection, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. So, what should you do if you have a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar or if you come across one in your travels? Take a moment to examine it carefully. Look for any signs of minting errors, check the condition, and make sure to look for the distinguishing features between the different varieties. It might seem like just another dollar coin, but as we've seen today, this coin holds much more value than meets the eye. Coin collecting is all about discovering those rare and valuable pieces, and the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is one of those coins that can truly surprise you. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, there's always a chance you could stumble upon something incredible. So keep your eyes peeled, and remember, sometimes, the most unassuming coins can be the most valuable. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future coin discoveries. Keep collecting, and who knows? Maybe the next coin you find could be worth $78,000.